What if I told you that the strongest version of you is not created in the spotlight, but in the silence where no one is watching? What if the nights of pain, the moments of doubt, and the battles you fight alone are not breaking you, but building you? Confidence is not born in applause. It is built in the dark. What if I told you that the strongest version of you is not created in the spotlight, but in the silence where no one is watching? What if the nights of pain, the moments of doubt, and the battles you fight alone are not breaking you, but building you? Confidence is not born in applause. It is built in the dark. True confidence is never gifted by the world. It is carved in the moments when you are alone with your fear. There are times in life when no one is watching, no one is listening, and no one is cheering for you. In those moments, the silence feels heavier than any noise, and the loneliness feels sharper than any pain. Yet it is right there, in that stillness, where the seeds of real strength are planted. You see, anyone can smile when people clap for them. Anyone can stand tall when others are praising them. But the true test of courage is when you are standing all by yourself, in a place where there are no lights, no applause, and no recognition. That is where you learn to clap for yourself. That is where you discover that your worth was never tied to their approval. It was always hidden in your own resilience. When you go through the nights of doubt, when the tears fall silently on your pillow, and no one knows the weight you carry, that is where your confidence is being forged. Each time you wipe those tears, each time you whisper to yourself that you will try again tomorrow, you are building a foundation that no one can take away from you. The world may not notice your struggles, but those struggles are shaping you into someone unshakable. Strength does not come in the spotlight. It grows in the shadows where no one sees your battles but you. There is power in those sleepless nights of pain, because pain is a teacher. It teaches you how to endure, how to hold on, and how to rise again, even when you feel broken. Every time you fight through a storm in silence, every time you choose not to give up when giving up feels easier, you are building a kind of confidence that will one day shine so brightly, the world will wonder where it came from. But you will know the truth, that it was born in the dark, in those quiet spaces where you decided to believe in yourself, even when no one else did. The world often celebrates success, but it does not see the loneliness, the sacrifices, and the invisible scars that came before it. You may be walking through a path that feels endless, filled with challenges that break your heart, but those very challenges are preparing you. They are molding you into someone who no longer waits for applause, someone who no longer needs validation. That is the beauty of darkness. It strips away all illusions and forces you to meet yourself. And when you finally face yourself, when you accept your weaknesses and still decide to move forward, that is the moment you begin to rise. Confidence is not built in easy days. It is born in the hard nights, when you choose to stand, even with shaking hands. It is in the silence of your struggle, in the unseen victories, and in the quiet choices to continue walking, that your strength grows silently and powerfully within you. Darkness is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. When life takes away the spotlight, when applause fades and voices disappear, you are left standing in silence with nothing but yourself. That silence, though uncomfortable, is where the deepest lessons are learned. It strips away the noise of the world, the pressure of expectations, and the constant opinions of others. It leaves you raw, vulnerable, and face to face with your own soul. In that stillness, you begin to see who you truly are, not who the world wants you to be. When you are surrounded by darkness, there are no distractions, no illusions to hide behind. You are forced to confront your fears, your insecurities, and your doubts. And it is in facing them, rather than running from them, that you begin to grow. The world often teaches us to avoid silence, to escape loneliness, to keep ourselves busy, so that we don't have to deal with what's inside. But the truth is, silence is where the real work happens. It is in solitude that your courage takes root. It is in quiet moments of reflection that your resilience begins to form. Confidence is not a mask you wear for others. It is a truth you carry within yourself, and that truth is born in solitude. When you stop waiting for people to cheer for you, when you stop seeking approval from others, you find a strength that cannot be taken away. Darkness teaches you that external validation is temporary, but self-belief is permanent. The absence of applause does not mean the absence of progress. It simply means your journey is sacred, hidden, and building you silent. The scars you carry, the pain you endure, and the nights you cry alone are not signs of weakness. They are reminders that you have survived battles no one knows about. They are proof that even when everything was against you, you kept moving. And that quiet persistence is what builds unshakable confidence. People may see your light later, but they will never fully understand the shadows that shaped it. The power of darkness lies in how it forces you to create your own light. Darkness also humbles you. It makes you realize that the world does not revolve around applause or recognition, but around growth and inner strength. It teaches you patience, because progress in the dark is slow and invisible, but it is steady. It teaches you trust, because you cannot see the results yet, but you keep moving forward. It teaches you faith, because even when you feel alone, you believe that something powerful is being built within you. When you stop fearing the silence, you start embracing it. When you stop resenting the solitude, you start using it. Darkness is not the end. It is the beginning of your transformation. It is the space where your confidence is nurtured, your strength is refined, and your true self finally begins to emerge. Confidence is not something handed to us. It is something we build quietly, piece by piece, in the moments no one sees. This speech reminds us that the dark seasons of life are not punishments. They are classrooms. In those lonely nights of struggle, we learn resilience. In the silence, we learn self-trust. In the absence of validation, we learn to clap for ourselves. The truth is, confidence is not born when life is easy. It is born when life is hard, and we still choose to rise. Darkness strips away the noise of the world and forces us to meet ourselves honestly. It is there that we discover our scars are not signs of weakness, but proof of survival. Every step taken without applause, every tear shed in silence, every decision to keep going despite fear, these are the bricks that build unshakable confidence. When the light finally comes, when the world finally notices, we stand not because they cheer for us, but because we learned how to stand alone. Confidence is built in the dark, and it is in that darkness that we find the courage to shine.